All right, handball fans, and welcome back to another edition of the Handball Show. Today we have the United States of America versus St. Kitts and Nevis in the IHF Trophy World Cup qualifier. My name is Anthony Scott Knox, and I'm here again with Amber Kaufman. And this time we've got special guest Michelle Mensing joining us all the way from New York on the East Coast. How are you two ladies doing this afternoon?
Fantastic, Scott. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
fe feeling good,
Thanks
ready
so
to
much.
go. Glad to have an extra guest today.
Thanks so much to both of you for joining us. We've got the Americans coming into their fifth and final game of this World Cup qualifier against St. Nevis, or excuse me, St. Kitts and Nevis this afternoon. Right now, the United States of America is in a great position to do exactly what they came to this tournament for, which will be qualifying for those World Championships coming up next year in 2026. And there's even some scenarios where the United States might even be able to finish in the first place position at the end of this tournament, right? But right now, they are just about pretty much locked into the top two. Could you help me clarify that too, Michelle? I know you've got a good handle on exactly how the qualifiers are going.
Yeah, certainly. So, before the Mexico-Puerto Rico game, we just concluded with Mexico losing to Puerto Rico. The math was crazy and all over the place with scenarios of if Mexico wins and Canada draws, and we might even be looking at not qualifying. But now we're actually in a perfect spot. If the US takes care of business today, we definitely have the World Championship qualifier locked, and we are definitely looking good also in terms of scenarios for even placing first, with Canada losing surprisingly yesterday their match to Mexico. So a lot of toss up. I was very happy to be in the gym yesterday in person and got a bit of taste of the craziness and the coach's reaction live there. But how did you guys experience yesterday?
I thought it was another great match. It was so fun to see the X's and O's battle that was pretty much dominated by the Americans yesterday as they went into that double shadow against the backcourt players from Greenland, really taking out the left back and right back players. Pretty much made the whole difference for that game for the Americans as they were coming into the second half down by one goal, I believe. But then in the end, they were able to come out and handle business and come out with I believe, a 10-goal victory, if I check my numbers.
I believe it was 9 in the end. They were up by 10 throughout the game for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They were able to eliminate number 8, Madeline Bjornstead, and number 10, Aaliyah Jorgensen yesterday by just keeping them pretty much in the back court. What were you thinking as you were seeing that take place live and in person yesterday? Were you surprised that the Greenland coaches were complacent and just kind of like allowing their players to be taken out, or did you expect to see some new plays or try to keep those strong offensive players engaged?
I was definitely surprised how long the coach really didn't try to change the system at all. Towards the later stage, she did try to put the players towards the wings to just open up the spaces again in the back. But it really proved that those two players were the key players, and the game plan by the Americans really worked out excellent. Sitting among the spectators, the US has a fantastic cheering block. I'm sure some of our listeners can also hear it on the recording at times. Fantastic atmosphere. And you also had some very passionate Greenland supporters in the crowd. So over the course of the game, you really felt the mood shift among the cheer blocks, and we sat right smack between the two of them. So yeah, I think the Greenland side, Greenland spectators definitely would have wished for a lot more strategic tools deployed by the coach, or some other players to step up. But the US played it really smart. It's not easy as a defender to stick out and essentially just guard one person for almost the entire game. So the US squad stuck to the game plan, did a fantastic job, and brought it home.
Yeah, it was a really, really great outcome for the Americans. Again, they are in a great position to advance through past this tournament into at least the World Handball World Championship coming up next year for the IHF in 2026, the under 20 team for the juniors. And again, if they're able to finish first place, they'll